So, so just to but I'm going to draw a line there. And then we got this. And we don't want the same tone in 6 places. So I regret that I'm putting 6 tones in 6, or 1 tone in 6 places here, but we got to make some progress and you know, be saying hi. This is put a little warm in there just to break up the sense of same color that we have achieved since we use the same color. Okay, then this, and now we got to, let's see what that, try with this. So here's a shadow right here. Let's see if it'll look like a shadow. It's got a little white speck in there. I'm going to leave that because it gives us a little more personality than just a plain full-on, you know, shadow. Oh, that looks all right. And now we're going to just try to remove just a little bit right here because I get a piece of paper to so like here we had that shadow. This is like the towel. Then we had a shadow that just, you know, was a big, you know, triangle with a round bottom. By removing this, we end up with more of a subtle graphic shape, which is something kind of like this, which is looks a lot like an arrow, and an arrow, anywhere you see it, I mean, let's use this as an example. Let's say that's a bold abstract shape there. What is going to happen? Your eye is going to see that and be going, just without even thinking about it, you're going to follow the arrow. So instead of having a thing that looks like this, you know, which is just kind of like your vision might get stuck in there spinning around like, whoa, what the heck's this? And sure, there's that point, but if you get the arrow, even in a subtle way, then it's just like, look at that arrow. I mean, doesn't that just make your eye go exactly? Here, how about we make the eye go off the paper? That's another example of how, you know, you don't want a graphic arrow to be in there, leading the eye to a place where you don't especially want. We need the eye to come in here and be dancing around our primary thing, and, you know, maybe if we can achieve a decent fabric, maybe you can float around and say, oh wow, that fabric looks pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to go back on stop motion, and in a minute I'm going to stop motion, I guess. I thought I could sneak out because there was nobody here, but now a fine valued viewer has arrived. So what do we want to do now? We have done some crude refinement right here and here. I think we could do, I'm going to go warm gray and just be sure that this shadow, which is right here, is definitely warm. Doesn't even look that warm in reality, but, you know, we need it warm because I'm just gonna go right here just a bit. It's a lot of water, but that's right where we want it. We could either let that dry or we could let it soak in the paper for a while and then just blot up excess after a while. So here I'm going to see about defining this edge right here, and it could probably be a little darker, so let's go a little darker, still staying warm but go darker. Okay. All right, so that's a lot of water, but you know, as long as it stays right there, then it's fine. And then we got like a shade right there. I hope that's, you know, eventually gonna start looking good. How about we just get kind of a diamond thing happening here, and let's go here, and that is a bit dark for there. Just blot some of that up. Now we have left some of the uh, uh, paint there. I mean, it's a little bit soaked in here. I'm just gonna try to just sort of make this thing a little more definition here. Hopefully we can achieve some kind of depth up here. We'll find out. This like hard line here, I don't really like it. But some of this watercolor paper, even though it's Arches cotton, I'm surprised that we're getting things like this. But whatever. Onward and upward. Oh, actually, this area here suddenly looks fantastic. What about that? Really, I mean, compared to this over here, we're really got a lot of advancement. So, you know, this could use a little more definition, but it's wet, so once it dries, we could try to further define that area. How about we just try to, this is kind of nice if you could understand what it is, which is not obvious. Let's try to get this. And I'll try to go here. And let's try to, this is a highlight right here that we definitely want to keep. And now we want a cool gray right here. Let's see. This is actually goes up here. I don't know. I don't know if that was good to put that in because it's running counter to how we have developed the fabric in the back so far, but too late now. Anyway, this is a very thin and you know, speaking of arrows, it's unfortunate that that's an arrow right there facing out, but you know, I guess we keep it subtle enough, it'll be okay. You know, the whole idea of, you know, put yes arrows, no arrows, just a guide is something to be thinking about as we go, because uh, it could be that this is not going to be a detriment here, or it could be that we're going to ruin the painting with this thing right here, which is attempting to do this pattern, which is at the edge of the fabric. So I'll leave it. Just gonna blot some of that up. It'll be more subtle. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, and let's just try to blend this edge a little bit more. All right, it looks pretty good. And that does not look good, but you know, maybe it'll magically look good later. Who knows? I don't really like that. I'm going to try to make this whole thing lighter. Oh, that's better, right? Okay, this area here suddenly looks good. If you looked at that, you might think I know what I'm doing, which I don't, but I do. I got some ideas, you know. Okay, so now I like that. I don't like this, but it's not really a significant area. Here we now we have it. It's fading out, which is a plus. And well, I think we made a lot of progress here, and so I'm gonna have a timeout. Hopefully, it won't last like days. And here we go. It is art fun painting the tomato from life in watercolor, and we just developed the fabric somewhat, and we add refinement to the tomato, and a little ways to go, but I appreciate everyone who stopped by. Art fun, paint from life, the tomato.